Hello Battlefield fans, watch out here. Today we're playing Domination, and just like my previous video, we are using a light machine gun because I love them. They're so badass and people don't really use them. Really, they don't really use them. They're so much fun. So today we're using the Type 38, and I'm gonna tell you, you have to use this gun with the suppressor. It's a laser beam. It's just so nasty. I love it. But today we're gonna talk about what are the least favorites LMGs. You know, we always have our favorites, you know, and that's fine. But we always have these maybe 2 or 3 guns that we really don't like to use, that we really forget, neglect, and really don't care about those guns, you know, for whatever reason. For whatever reason. I would like to know, you know, the reason why you don't like that gun, but I'm gonna tell you mine right now. So, I don't like the U100 MK5. Okay, and the reason is very simple. The fire rate for this gun is 590. So to me, that's really slow. To me, that's really slow. It has a pretty good damage, you know, decent range and all that stuff. But the fire rate is too slow for my taste. You know, if you try to be, well, I tend to be aggressive, you know, going after the flag. So I want something that shoots fast, because you know you're up against, you know, SMGs and shotguns and carbines, you know, such as the AK, well, that's an assault rifle, or carbines such as the SG553, which is like 800. I mean, weapons that shoot really fast. So we gotta, again, like this one that shoots so slow, and the damage is not so great. I think it needs more damage to balance things out. You know, when it comes to rate of fire and damage, you know, it needs to be a balance. So if the gun shoots really fast, it needs a greater damage, in my opinion. So I don't really use the U100 MK5 for that reason. Shoots too slow, and I don't know, it just okay. You know, it's got a magazine size of 45 rounds. To me, that's little. To me, that's not so. That's not. To me, that's not appealing. You know, it doesn't have something appealing, you know, just to be like, I don't know, like aggressive or just crazy, you know. Like, let's say the MG4 is like 800, you know, the fire rate, you know, and magazine size is 200, so it's a big difference. Or let's say the Type 38 over here that we're using, you know, is a rate of fire of 700. You hold magazine size is 200 rounds, so to me that's perfect. To me, that's perfect. To me, the perfect LMG, you know, it's about 700. You know, the rate of fire is about 700. And higher. You know, it's just perfect. It's just good with a magazine size of at least 100 rounds. Because the LSAT, my friend, the LSAT, I believe if I'm not mistaken, rate of fire, yes, is 700. The magazine size is 100 rounds. So to me, that's just perfect right there. You know, the LSAT is perfect, the Type 38 is just perfect, the MG4 is perfect right there. Some of these LMGs I don't have because I didn't purchase any DLC, but there's another one that I really don't like. I really don't like for the same reason as the U100. It happens to be the RPK 12. You know, the RPK 12, you know, it's rate of fire of 600 and magazine size 60 rounds. And this one that I was using, I posted a video with this one. Actually, I picked it up from an enemy and I was doing some work with it. The RPK 74M, you know, once again, rate of fire is 600 and magazine size is 45 rounds. So to me, that's little. For a light machine gun, to me, that's very little rounds. Okay, and fire rate is too slow, so you cannot use this gun as a assault rifle because it shoots kind of slow, in my opinion. Okay, even though we have assault rifles carbines with a 600 RPM, and I don't like them that much. So it's not like you can be really aggressive with the RPK and magazine size 45 rounds. Well, 15 more than a carbine or assault rifle. It's not bad, but for a light machine gun, I think it's too little. If you want to like suppress the enemy, you know, and shoot a lot and not having to reload that, you know, very often, to me it's too little. Like I said, compared with the MG4 200 rounds or the Type 88 200 rounds, that's a lot. That's a lot of shooting. That is some serious shooting. So to me, those are the least favorites. Those are the ones that really don't really look forward to use. But Type 88, LSAT, and MG4 are my favorites because I think they're pretty badass. I mean, the M249 is pretty good too. The what's it called, the PKP, you know, it's pretty good. But the QBB 95-1, that's an okay weapon. You know, it's not the greatest. Rate of fire is about 650. So once again, it just falls down at, it's not 700 right there, but that one holds a magazine size of 80 rounds, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but it's not quite that way I like them to be. You know, my LMGs, you know, 100 rounds, magazine size, the rate of fire 700. It's not quite there yet. So we got something like the M240B, and you know, that one is again 650. 100 rounds, where at least it has 100 rounds. So some of these ones, you know, are pretty good. Like, I don't have the AWS. Okay, I don't have that one. I don't have the DLC. I can unlock it. But that one has a rate of fire of 800, which is perfect. You know, can keep up, you know, with the MG4. The range, it's really little. You know, it doesn't have that much range, and holds 99 rounds. So to me, it's like it's borderline, you know. But I mean, they're all good, don't get me wrong, they're all good. I posted gameplay videos with most of these weapons, with the ones that I have available, and they're all pretty good. You can get decent gameplays. But once again, we always have these favorites, you know, and we never talk about the least favorite. So this is why I'm making this video, the least favorite. So for me, U100, the RPKs, you know, especially the RPK 74M, which is what I was using the other night. Yeah, it's just like, it just doesn't work for me, you know. It's not my favorite, so I decided to just stick to the Type 88 because I think it's pretty badass. And once again, with the suppressor, this gun is a total monster. This gun is awesome, you know. And probably you have, maybe you haven't, but you need to give it a try. This gun with the suppressor is just to me amazing, you know, to me amazing. And what is most interesting is that a lot of people just don't use these LMGs. They don't take advantage of it. Okay, I'm not saying the other guns are bad, because once again, I post gameplays with all the weapons, you know, in the game, you know, SMGs, assault rifles, carbines, whatever. But I just happen to love, you know, LMGs. Shotguns are pretty fun too, you know, if you want to be aggressive, which I do have a gameplay being aggressive with the shotgun, playing domination. Awesome game. We were losing, so I had to be really aggressive, and but it was pretty badass. So to me, LMGs and shotguns at the moment are just my favorite weapons. You know, it's good. I love being a medic, you know, and I was posting gameplays with the A94, and it's all good. But LMGs, they hold a special place in my heart. You know, they're pretty badass. You know, and I feel like I have this advantage over the enemy, and I have talked about this stuff, you know, in previous videos when it comes to strategy and tactics, you know, just looking for that edge, you know, over the enemy. And I believe you can accomplish that with a light machine gun, where you're using the ELSA, the Type 88, the MG4, the AWS, you know, which is decent, you know, stats wise it's decent. You have a huge advantage over the enemy, and people don't realize this thing, especially in game modes like this one, domination, when there's objective, you know, you can just suppress the enemy, and that's great. That's why I like to have a lot of rounds. You can suppress the enemy, you know, you can shoot a lot, you know, they hiding behind cover, you shoot like crazy, you have a lot of rounds, you know, you can burst fire, maybe to conserve some ammo, and they can't do anything other than but hide, right? And if one of your teammates just flank them, just kill them. You know what I mean? So you can do a lot of great things with the suppression, with an LMG in this gameplay. It's just awesome. You know, in Battlefield 3 was a bit different. The suppression was like a lot stronger, and that's a game where I was using a lot of the LMGs as well, because you can just use the suppression, you know, to your advantage. You know, remember in Operation Metro, you know, it was pretty crazy, you know, suppressing the enemy. Just your screen gets like blurry and stuff. So it's awesome. So to me, this one is just a beast. You know, you can just like spray and pray. You can and still have some rounds to well, I just died over here, but to do some damage to the enemy. But I mean, overall, it's just such a nasty weapon, LMGs. So once again, the least favorite is for me U100 MK5 and the RPK 74M, because of the slow fire rate. You know, I always give you a reason why I like and don't like stuff. I just don't like sitting down over here and tell, well, I don't like this gun, and that's it. No, there's always a reason why I like it, and it's always because the way that I play, the strategy that I apply, you know, in my gameplays, it's just you know, just not so great. I mean, I can adjust obviously to the gun, and I have. So that's what I'm saying. This is not my favorite. I just want to feel. I just want a gun that, you know, that gets my back. You know, that I feel safe. That I just, you know, if I want to be aggressive, you know, it gets my back, and I feel protected, and it's all good. So with the other ones, yeah, it's okay. You know, you can just take advantage. You know, maybe long range shots. They're more accurate. You know, they fire, and well, that's the advantage. You know, since they shoot like really slow or slower than some of these guns. You know, it gets better accuracy. But for me, like 700. That fire rate is just perfect because it's fast, but it's not so fast. So to me, it's just like right there. You know, the MG4 it's crazy for long range shots. You know, it's pretty insane. It's 800, but I mean 700 for long range shots is more than perfect. You know, it's just right there. You know, that's what it has to be. You know, 700 for long range shots. So anyways, but over here we're just trying to take A, and but what we did, just try to be sneaky, and well, we just died again. I'm trying to get A. But that's what happens when you're aggressive, you know, and I try to be aggressive in a way where I just go for flags because I think it's fun, and I like try to. This is what I do. I try to finish the game as quick as possible. You know, sometimes you could like maybe drag the game a little bit more, maybe just let the enemy catch up a bit on points, and you can get more kills. And some people do this stuff, but I don't like it. You know, if I can finish the game in 7 minutes, I'll finish in 7 minutes. It doesn't matter if I get 10 or 15 kills. You know, that's not the point. Just if I can finish it quick, you know, it's fine. I love it. So I try to go for flags and just like over here, just flank the enemy, and just have so much fun. So, but once again, the Type 38 with the suppressor, my friend, that's a good combo. That's a good combo for flanking the enemy. Because once again, let me explain just in case you forgot. You know, you kill the guy or two guys, they're gonna come after you, and since you don't have to reload after each kill, you're ready for those two guys and whoever decides to show up and try to kill you. And that's great because what they're trying to shoot you, right? They're trying to shoot you. You go and hide behind cover, and then they have to reload, obviously, and then you pop out and kill them. So it's just great. It's just great. Strategy wise, this is why I love LMGs. You know, it just gives you such a great advantage over the enemy, and it's just awesome. You know, compared to any assault rifle or carbine, you know, you have huge advantage over the enemy when it comes to just ammo capacity. You know, and if you're running low on ammo, boom, more ammo, and then you're golden. You're just a beast. You're just a beast. So this is why I love it. So if you haven't, you definitely need to use more LMGs because they're awesome. They're awesome, and they're pretty badass. So, but the game is slowly coming to an end. As you can see, we just destroy these guys. We just took advantage of you know, the LMG being suppressed, trying to surprise the enemy, which is always good. You know, we don't want to be too obvious in what we do. You know, when you play video games, you don't want to be too obvious, running too much on in the middle, you know, where everybody can see you and you can be spotted by the enemy. So if you can keep, you know, your stealth, you know, as much as possible when you play domination or any other game mode, to be honest, that's just great. So it's gonna get you greater games, and this is why I post all these videos, so you can get greater games, you know, and that's awesome. You know, when you see the game from a different perspective, and everything falls into place. You know, everything just like, wow, it's just so easy. Flank the enemy or using certain guns for certain things. Everything is just so awesome, and it just makes like really easy games. Sometimes I get people saying in my videos, man, you make it look so easy. Well, it's because we try to do the easy stuff. We don't like to complicate, and we do simple stuff that works, and what works, it just looks so easy. So anyways, thank you for watching. My name is Wildchild. Hope you enjoyed this gameplay, this commentary. As always, if you haven't, please check out my channel, the videos, and I'll see you, my friend, on the next one. Thank you for watching. Later.